Hey Multiplunkers, let's draw a treasure map with 2 islands. All you need are some pens, pencils or crayons and some plain paper. Draw a treasure map with 2 islands. So we're going to start our treasure map with a compass, because every treasure map that you see will have a compass showing north, south, east and west. And we're then going to draw our ship, because we're sailing in on a ship, and then we're going to come to our islands and we're going to try to find the treasure. We're going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. We're then going to draw 2 lines coming out at a diagonal out the side of the wave. We're going to connect those lines, and now we're going to draw our sail. So 1 line bent around, another line bent around, and then we're going to connect those 2 up. We're then going to pop line connecting the sail and the ship. We're going to extend that line above the sail, and then a couple of other wavy lines for our flag. Okay? We're then going to draw a little box at the back, and a dot for the window, and more dots for where the cannons can shoot out cannonballs. Just going to draw a couple of lines for a bit of decoration on the sail. And there we are, our ship. So we're going to draw 2 islands. One we're going to fit in this space down here. The other we're going to fit in the space that we leave over on the side here. So let's just draw around for 1. And then let's fill in the space over here. We don't need to be perfect in the shape, just roughly 2 islands. Now our journey is going to start on this island first. So we're going to go onto this island, we're going to explore down, we're going to cross over onto the other island, we're going to go and try to find our treasure. So I always like to start off a treasure map with the beach, because that's where we can land. So I'm going to draw, as you can see, a line that sort of bends around a little bit inside the island. So we've just gone down and around, and that's going to be our beach. So we're going to go from our ship onto our beach. And next by a beach, you quite often have palm trees. So to draw a palm tree, I'll draw it first and then I'll show you what I mean. We draw this sort of vase-like shape. We go down and it's wider at the bottom, it narrows up the top a little bit. Can you see? So wider at the bottom, comes up at the top, and then we're going to draw the leaves. We're going to bend 1, 2, 3, 4. They look like bananas, so I'll show you. 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4. Now I did that all together, and I'll show you again how you can break that down a little bit. So we've got the base of the tree here, the bottom of it, a little bit wider than what we've got at the top. We're going to bend around and back, so you can see like a shape of a banana. 1, 2 in one direction, 3, 4. And then let's extend that over to the side here. So bigger at the bottom than the top. 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4. I'm going to draw another one here. Bigger at the bottom than the top. 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4. And then we've got space for 1 more. So let's pop that in. 1 banana, 2 banana, 3 banana, 4. We could draw some sand dunes like this. So maybe you come off the beach, get through the palm trees, but then there's lots of sand that we need to get through. And I'm just going to draw these lines that just bend over, but they connect as well. You can see the second line that I drew just hugged against the end of the last line, because by connecting them up you get this impression that it continues and it keeps moving. I'm going to add a couple more down here, and maybe another one here and here as well. Now what's after the sand dunes? I'm going to draw a forest, and I'm going to draw the top of the trees by going 1, 2, 3, 4, sort of spin around on itself. It gives this sort of popcorn-like shape, look. Can you see? Sort of 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't need to be too precise. 1, 2, 3, 4. But I sort of just spin my pen around and just connect them all up. I'm going to do quite a few here. So there's a bit of space up here. Just filling out where these trees can go. One, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't have to be 4, but it's just roughly speaking. At the bottom of the trees, I'm just going to draw some lines. I'm just going to dash them down, because that's going to be the stems of our trees. So just dash them down. I'm going to fit another one in there. Now I'd like to create a little bit of danger here. So I'm going to draw in a space on this side, because here we've got to draw a bridge. So I'm going to draw, first of all, a line that's going to connect around there. That's going to be our pit, because inside our pit I'm going to draw some S's for snakes. Some of them look like S's, the others don't, but they bend around like an S shape, and then very faintly, you'll be able to see, I'm going to draw some dashes here for the snake's tongue. Tss. It's coming out there. Can I fit another one in there? Yeah. Tss. Now let's connect our two islands. So we're going to draw a bridge. It's going to be a rickety old looking bridge. So we're going to start by a couple of lines that are going to bend down and up. Another one here. Down and up. And then we're just going to simply connect those two lines together. Okay. Then I'm going to draw some lines that are going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So just sort of leaning up against the bridge here. You can see that one there just about. And then I'm going to connect those lines that we drew at the top. So you can see I drew the line there, and it's from the top, and that's what's going to connect to the other one at the other side. Can you see that? So draw a line over from one side and connect it to the top of the other line that I just drew down. Then I'm going to draw some lines across. Now these don't need to be perfect. In fact, if they bend around a little bit, it gives that impression of the bridge being very rickety and uncertain. and squeeze in a couple of extra lines there. Now look at that bridge. That does not look like a stable bridge. We'll colour it in a bit as well. So we come through here. In fact, I'm going to draw just an extra couple of snakes here. A couple that have escaped. So we've got our snake pit, but you have to be careful. We do like snakes, but these are naughty snakes, so we have to avoid these naughty snakes. Cross that bridge. And then we've come onto our second island. And when I draw a second island, or the biggest island, I like to draw the volcano. That's going to be in the centre of the island. So we're going to go up, around, and then down. So up, around, down. It's going to be quite big. Up, around, down. I'm just going to draw some lines coming down from the volcano for a bit of texture. And then I'm going to draw some mountains, and these are quite straightforward. I'm going to go up and down, like upside down V's. And can you see, similar to our sand dunes that we created over here? We just bent them around, but we connected them. That's what I'm going to do with these V's for our mountains. So just up and down, and just a couple of series. So 1, 2, 3 there, 1, 2, 3, 4 there, and just do them in various spots really. You could do 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, however many you feel you want to pop in. And I've also, can you see, drawn them going around the volcano, so it gives this impression that this whole area is quite mountainous, but our main mountain here is our big volcano sat in the middle of our main island. Now rivers often start from mountains, so I'm going to draw a couple of lines that are going to bend out. One I think I'm going to extend up at the top here, so I'm going to bend it out, in and out to connect down to the sea. And again I'm going to do that again, so just bend that out, in and out. So I'm going to draw one going down and out here. In fact, let's draw them down out over this way as well. And then if we bend a line up here, we can have two parts of this river. Look, it splits here and goes one side and then the other side of our bridge. So that's going to be difficult, isn't it? We're going to have to figure out how to cross there. In fact, what we could draw is one more just coming out of here, another river. So that's where I've put my rivers. If you want to put them somewhere different, feel free to do so. Now, what should we draw next? I might draw a couple of barriers, because although we want to get our treasure, which I think I'm going to put up here, we also want to make it quite difficult and see if other people can figure out how to get to our treasure. So I'm going to draw here, in this space, some flames. Now, can you see how I drew that? I've bent around and then down and bent above it. So I sort of flick around and then down. So up and then around and up further, bend down, and look, I'm just going to bend a couple of lines in different directions. Can you see there? And I'm going to colour these in later. We're going to have some reds, oranges and yellows as well. That's going to look really strong once coloured in. But let's draw another one down here. So around, bend up, can you see? And then I'm just sort of going in different directions, different heights, bending my pen around. I've got a river here, so I'm going to stop about there. And that's really created a sense of danger there. And again, that will look really strong when we colour that in shortly. Next, how about a lake? I'm going to draw a lake in this area here. Quite simply just going to draw a line that fills up some space. And then, similar to the waves that we've got on our ship, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. To give an impression of some waves. And up here, what could we draw up here? I might draw some more mountains, make it very treacherous, make it very difficult terrain. So you can't just turn up here on the island. You have to go all the way around, starting on the beach, crossing over. Because otherwise it's going to be very difficult if you turn up to an island. There's mountains right next to the sea there. How would you get in? It's going to be a real struggle. So I'm going to just draw those. And again, connecting them up, as you can see. Just popping them down all the way down the side of the island there. Drawing a couple of extra ones over here. I'm going to draw another lake. So again, you might have the space over here to do that. Maybe your space is a little bit tighter or wider, but I'm just going to draw a lake and indicate that with some waves. And what about some more danger? Bah, bah, bah. How about a skull and crossbones here? That would be quite good, won't it? So let's bend a line that goes around, sort of like a key shape this. And down and up, just connected to, see? So large sort of bulb-like at the top, and then just bending down and connecting the two. And then we're going to do 1 dot, 2 dot for the eyes. I'm just going to draw a little stub down there, just going down a little bit for the mouth, and then jitter, jitter for the teeth. Now we're going to draw crossbones. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now can you see how I've drawn that? So I've sort of gone up, 1, 2, and then down. So drawn up, bend around again, to create these two bulbs again at the top, 1, 2, and then down. And I've drawn those at a slight angle because you can imagine that behind the skull we've got the other side of the bone here, so they roughly match up. And then down, 1, 2. So if you can do those at an angle, up, 1, 2, down, down, 1, 2, up. I'm going to draw a few more mountains around the side here. Again, there is no way you're going to get into this island without crossing over this bridge. This is really the only spot. My goodness. Looks really difficult. But where are we going to put our treasure? I think put the treasure here. Let's make it difficult for ourselves. So, what do we know? X marks the spot, right? That's the treasure. Filling in a few more mountains there. Now I'm going to just finish off here with some lines indicating the lava spewing out. And I'm going to colour that in as well, with just a couple of dashes to see where the lava is pouring out of our volcano. And in the sea here, I think let's add a couple of sharks. So 1, 2, 3, down, and then bend around and back in on ourselves for the fin there of the shark. So 1, 2, 3, bend around and down. And let's pop those all over. So where have we got some more space here? 1, 2, 3. And look, this way, I'm going to bend it different direction. Definitely down by a bridge. We don't want to fall off our rickety bridge because, uh-oh, we've got all these sharks swimming around. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. That is dangerous. You do not want to be falling off that bridge. 1, 2, 3. Got another one over here. Look, 1, 2, 3. Very dangerous waters. Oh, look, a bit more space up here. 1, 2, 3. So wherever you've got some space, pop in a couple of sharks. Wow, that is really dangerous. Should we have one more? Can never have enough danger. Da, da, da. So let's draw some dashes to go and find our treasure. So we're going to come off of our ship. We're going to come onto our island. I think let's go through the palm trees. We're going to have to go over the sand dunes. And we're going to have to go through the forest. Yeah, we've got all these snakes, haven't we? I'm going to have to bend around a little bit. You can see a few of the dashes here, can't you? So I've bent through the forest, got a bit lost there, I think. And then we've just managed to avoid these snakes that have escaped. Then we've got to go over the bridge. Just about make it. Don't fall off. Don't fall into the sea with all these sharks. And then, goodness me, what are we going to do here? Now, we can't go that way. We can't go up that way either. We're going to have to cross the river. I think we might end up going down the river a little bit just because we've got all this water pouring down from the mountains, haven't we? Down into the sea. We want to avoid the fire. We're going to have to go through the mountains. We can't go around this way. We're going to have to cut through the mountains. It's going to be very difficult. We've got all this lava flow. We're going to have to cross over here through the mountains. We've got to try to go around. We've got the lava pouring out here. Do we make a quick dash through this way? Possibly so. I think we might be able to find just a little space, skip past the skull and crossbones, hopefully past the lava. We're going to have to cross our river. I think though the river's going to be so strong it's going to probably pull us down the river a little bit. We're just going to get off just before the mountains and do the treasure. Let's add some colour. And there it is, our treasure map with 2 islands. It looks fantastic with all of this colour now. I've started with the ship here, obviously coloured in with the Monte Blanco red and yellow. And you can see for the ship itself, rather than colouring in the whole ship in brown, I've just drawn some lines across, and that's sort of given more of a wood effect. And sometimes you don't need to colour in something in full. Like for instance here with the beach, I've decided to colour in the whole beach in yellow. But other times it's nice just to make some shapes and draw some lines because it gives a different impression. So you can see here with the ship, I've just drawn some lines, and that's given more of a wood effect, I think, rather than filling it in. Similar to the sea, I haven't filled in the whole sea. I've just drawn some lines instead to give an impression of some waves. And again, use different colours, in fact. So using the different colours makes it sort of come off the page a little bit more. I've used the lighter blue closer to the islands where the water might be a little bit more shallow. You can see around here as well. But I've also used that second colour, the darker blue, and out here where the sea might be more deep, then I've used that darker blue to give that effect as well. Similar to here, the grass, rather than colouring in all the grass, I've just used my pen to do some dashes. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and just filled that up. So it looks like it's sort of long grass standing up there. And then in fact on the second island here, where it's a lot more rocky, look, this is a lot more lush and green. Here it's very rocky, we've got the mountains, and I've just used a grey pen just to draw some dots. Bang, 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 bang. Drew some dots, some of them squiggled all over. But again, it gives an impression that the ground is rocky and hard and more difficult terrain. So you can see the contrasting colours and the techniques here really make it stand out. Again, on the bridge here, a rickety bridge, which was an absolute nightmare to cross. I've used the same effect here with the wood and just drew some lines down so you can almost see through the bridge here. Get over the rickety bridge and onto this island here and see these flames. We talked about these flames before, filling them in with colour. So we just did the outline. They look quite basic, but look how fantastic that looks. We've used a red, then an orange, and then a yellow. And you can see here again, so we've got the red around the outside, then the orange, then the yellow. Similar to the volcano, which is just exploding, isn't it? Pouring out here. We've got the reds, oranges, and yellows that are shooting off in all directions. managed to get through the mountains and up here, creeping in between the lava flow and the big skull and crossbones, which can't be a good sign, can it? I've just gone over that again with the pen just to make it thicker line and really stand out there. There's a real danger zone. We don't want to go there. Go around the lake into the river because we're having to cross it. Probably getting tracked down because it's a really strong river, but just get out. And then we managed to make it to our treasure, where I've just gone over with the black and then around with the red for that to really stand out. Look, that's where our treasure is. Yay!